Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Special occasion. Special.
Welcome to EhMaGawd. This is our podcast. I'm Ellen Marlowe.
I'm Lisi Harrison. Hello.
Lisi Harrison is the esteemed author of the entire Clique series. In case you didn't know, I played Claire in the movie The Clique. And today's episode is an oldie but a goodie. And we're bringing it back because we were looking at our numbers and we have a lot of new GLUs that are listening.
Welcome, by the way.
Welcome. We're so happy to have you here. And in case you missed this episode, we just wanted to make sure that you heard it because it's with my darling friend, Elizabeth McLaughlin, who played Massie in the movie. Movie star, absolute just like star of a person. We go in on all things behind the scenes making the Clique movie. There were some unanswered questions if she and I had some beef. It's the question I get the most is if she and I got along, and we unpack all of it. It's actually quite therapeutic.
It is. And for those of you who are fans of the movie and really admired her ability to lift one eyebrow in Massie style, which was so classic, I bet you're wondering if she can do it now in the age of Botox. You're about to find out.
You're about to find out. So,
your question will finally be answered.
Exactly. Please enjoy this episode with Massie Block, also known as the fabulous Elizabeth McLaughlin.
Oh my God.
EhMaGawd.
Oh my God.
Let's get into it.
Going to ramp up real fast. If we could monitor our heart rates throughout this, we're gonna explode by hour one. Oh my God! Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
We have a very special guest today. Very special. Not only is it Elizabeth McLaughlin, obviously, it is Massie McLaughlin.
McLaughlin. There we go.
Massie McLaughlin
Massie
is
McLaughlin.
Trademarked. Trademarked.
In
It's mine.
the house.
Copyright. That's me.
Perfect. Well, you look fabulous. Your hair is insane.
That's what I said. She has married hair. It's like she has newlywed hair. This is divorce hair.
Yeah, no, exactly. Speaking of, congratulations.
Thanks.
How did everything go? Tell us
you,
everything.
guys.
How long have you been married now? How long?
I have been married.
Is
What
it-
is today? I have been married for 17 days. Two
my God.
2 weeks
Wow.
and change, you guys.
Are you over it yet? Are you still into it?
Yeah, totally sick of it. Like, call it in, you know. No, it is so funny because my husband, which is such a crazy thing to say, every time I say it, my brain kind of goes like, my husband and I have been together for a while, and we've lived together for quite a bit. And so it was this really strange thing, you know, like the buildup, the planning, the whole thing. And then the day went by lightning fast, fastest day of my life, barely remember. And then we get back home. We like had a little trip with our families all together after the wedding. And so that was crazy because, you know, we're hosting our families. And then we get home, everything's the same. Everything. It's just our life. You know, it's just like such a funny thing because like we were sitting there like eating takeout and I was like, we're married. This is it.
This is it.
Take out on the couch, baby, forever.
I know. And it's a hard come down too, because it's like there's so much excitement. One of my best friends just got married and then went on a 2-week honeymoon in Italy and did a whole thing. And she came back to New York and was like, fuck this. It was a
really
tough
is
crash.
so crazy. Yeah.
Now you're listening to eat takeout and you're like, did you always chew like that?
Come on. Luckily, I do have a quiet chewer in my home.
That's
so
important.
That's a blessing. Yeah.
Oh
You
my
might make
God.
it to the finish line.
We
That's
might.
huge.
Oh my God. What's your husband's name?
Christoph.
Christoph. Oh my gosh.
Christoph.
Is he from the US?
He is. Yeah, he was raised in North Carolina and then moved out to LA for acting. And I've actually known him since I was 15. So we were friends for like 7-8 years. And then it was that really strange transition of like, hey, I think I like you. Not sure. Then we dated for a long time. And now he's my husband.
That
So
is
crazy.
wild. And y'all are in LA.
Yeah.
So
we're
you're
in Los
still in LA.
Angeles. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, let's catch up. Let's get up to speed.
It's been ages and ages.
It's been 1,000 years. I can't believe like all the Clique girls are getting married. We were just talking to Sophie about this. It's like the craziest thing ever.
She's next.
I know. She is next. And she hasn't done anything to plan her wedding, which is hilarious. Like just so like classic. Love
What was
it.
the wedding planning for you? What was that like?
Ooh. The wedding industry is a criminal enterprise. That's my opinion.
No, that's not an opinion. That's a fact.
Fact.
Yeah.
Fact. Yeah.
But we all still do it.
We sure do. I will say, we had a long discussion about eloping or not. And then one of my best friends kind of said one thing that made us go, okay, we're going to have a wedding, which is that a wedding is really the only time in your life where you can make a phone call and people will travel from all over the country or the world to be in a single place. Mm-hmm. And when I think about the memories I have of my wedding, it's like, I think about the people that were there, and I just couldn't believe that, like, my friend from drama school was talking to my uncle, was talking to Sophie, you know, like,
I know
things like that were just really incredible. And in fact, like, there's this one moment in the middle of the ceremony, because of course I'm tucked away. I don't get to spend time with anybody. I have to be hidden in like a little room. And so walking down the aisle was me seeing everyone for the first time, really.
It's so overwhelming.
It really was. And there's this moment, and our photographer captured it, where I'm up at the head of the aisle holding Christoph's hand. We're in the action of getting married, and I look over his shoulder and I see like one of my best friends from drama school that I haven't seen in years, since like pre-COVID, and I literally clutch my heart, but not because of my husband, because of my friend in the
in the
audience, you know.
It really is. If the wedding ceremony does anything, I think it's just bringing the two families and all the different groups of friends into one community. Like, these are now our community of people, and everybody needs to know everybody. Because when we have celebrations, when shit hits the fan, this is the group that's rallying. So look around, say hi to your neighbor, get to know each other's names. These are the people. And I think that that's really the special part, that like, it's getting everybody together.
And that was really the whole reason we decided, like, okay, we want to have a wedding. And, you know, because my friend was like, it's the only time other than maybe your funeral, but you won't be there.
Right.
So,
no, it's
you
true.
might as well.
And you looked so gorgeous. I mean, you truly looked like a fairy princess. So I guess we'll just talk about the Clique, because you are Massie Block for life. But you are very different from Massie Block. Like even just like your whole aesthetic of your wedding, you looked like a woodland fairy princess, stunning. And like, not the Massie Block aesthetic or vibe, which is hilarious, but you
jeans and t-shirt, baby.
Yeah, you're not like her at all. No. But I wonder, over the years,
that's acting, right?
Yes, she is an actress.
It's called committing to the moment.
You were committed. But listen, also, I wonder, and you and I have never even spoken about this, do you get recognized often? Like, how often does it happen for you?
Not very often. You know, I would say since kind of Clique Talk has become a thing, I would say that I've gotten recognized more in the last 2 years than the 10 years prior.
Yeah.
Which is pretty funny. Like, a Pilates instructor stopped class to whisper, "Oh my God, I know who you are. Talk to me after class," which was wild, because I was like, what did I do? Like, my brain was not there.
No, it never is. Every single time it catches me completely off guard. And now it's gotten to the point where people, and this is like so like boo-hoo, and I'm really not complaining, I'll take it a million times over. People tell me so frequently how much I look like Florence Pugh, that when people come up to me, they're like, has anyone ever told you? I'm like, Florence Pugh, yeah. And they're like, no, have you seen that movie, The Clique? I literally think they're going to say Florence Pugh.
Up inside.
And then I'm like, oh, yes, that is me. Yes, thank you. Yes, as a matter of fact. So, but I wonder, did people throughout the years, because I'm sure you've gotten recognized, as I have over the years, for The Clique, but do people assume that you are your character? Do they think, or no? Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's funny. It's like, when I think about the times that I have been recognized, and especially closer to the movie originally coming out, it was 100% based on how I presented myself out in the world. If I was put together, it would happen. But like I said, I'm a jeans, t-shirt, Converse kind of girl. So like, I think sometimes people go, oh, she looks familiar, but this doesn't make sense. This doesn't like compute, you know? And, but I have a vivid memory of being at the mall, like within a year or two of the movie coming out. There was a young girl, 2 young girls with one of their moms. And I clocked it kind of happening. I was like, I think this is what's happening. But the mom came up to me to like check. Like, basically, am I as big of a bitch as I played on TV? Because she was like, they're scared. I remember her asking, like, is it okay if they come up to you? They're really nervous. She's kind of scared. And I was like, I don't blame her. But like, I'm very nice in real life. So come on,
that
you know.
is wild.
Yeah. So, I mean, I have a really vivid memory of that particular experience because I think it really landed for me the impact of the work. And I get it, you know, completely. And so, yeah, but now that I'm like an adult, I think like, you know, people are like, I don't care if you are.
Well, here's I mean, one of the reasons that I mean, there are a million reasons you were so good at playing Massie. One of them was that single eyebrow lift that was chilling and effective. And my question to you is, has Botox affected your ability to be chilling on camera?
It is so funny that you mentioned this because this was like, you know, of course I'm trying to prepare for our conversation today. In fact, I watched the movie this morning. We can get into that.
No,
but I
didn't.
You are such a preparer, and I love you for it. For the listener, Elizabeth reached out multiple times. How can I prepare? And I so identify with that, and I really appreciated that.
I'm like, girl, we're just gonna hang.
To be honest with you, it was a long time ago, and and your girl's aging, and I've forgotten a lot.
Okay, when was the last time you watched it before today?
In its entirety, 2008.
Like when it came out? Yeah, I know.
Like maybe within that year. You know,
wait, I need to know the Botox answer before we move on. Because this is a chatty group. We're all caffeinated, and I need to know my answer.
The Botox. Yeah.
Reel it in, ladies.
So sorry, we're just too excited. So what's so funny about that is, hadn't gotten Botox. When you are planning a wedding and you think about all of the money that you've spent towards being looked at and photographed on a single moment, it gets you a little crazy. So I had talked to my esthetician. I was like, you know, I'm thinking about Botox for months, and I was too chicken shit to do it. I'm so sorry. Can we curse here?
Of course. My God.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. And I was too scared to do it. But I just kept thinking about it because my esthetician was so sweet. She was like, get it at this date. It'll give you time to figure out how it settles and sits with you. And then if you want to touch it up before the wedding, you have that time. Well, I decided I'm not going to get it. I'm fine. Your girl panicked 8 weeks before the wedding.
Yeah,
and
that's
was
a
like,
good amount of time.
I'm going to do it. But of course, you don't know how it's going to affect you or how it's going to settle or whatever. And so, of course, right when it settles and it's at maximum strength, like you can't do anything. And I was like, I look insane.
Oh, my God.
You guys, like a week and a half later, I was, of course, dissecting my face in the mirror way too close. And I had this moment and I almost cried, Lisi, because I couldn't lift my eyebrow. And I was like,
your superpower.
I was like, this is, and I literally stormed out of the bathroom to my poor beloved husband. And I was like, my trademark, I ruined it.
It's gone.
It's gone. I will never recover. This is my thing.
It's already back.
It's fine. It's fine.
Let's see. Can you do it? Can you raise the single? Can you do a single? There she is.
It's so funny you're talking about like, am I going to be normal? I'm like, Botox math is the only math that I'm good at.
Yeah, you knew. You were like, you're fine.
Like, you're fine. 8 weeks? Oh my God. Piece of cake. No, my best friend is getting engaged soon, likely, and she's on the same journey. And I had to guide her through the whole thing. I've been getting Botox since I was 23.
Good for you.
Because I've had forehead wrinkles since kindergarten. Like, the only reason you can't see them in the Clique is because I have those stupid bangs. Like, seriously, I've had forehead wrinkles my whole life. I hate them. Goodbye. I want to feel frozen. There's nothing better. I love it so much.
Oh, totally. And like, once it like did its thing, I was like, I get it. Yeah. And you know it's good when it's like your best friends who you see all the time. My really good friend Bethany, you know, I see her all the time and she goes, you look gorgeous. What's happening with your skin? You look great. Yeah. And I was like, you forgot your girl got Botox.
And now you're hooked. It takes one complimenter to put you on the life path.
It's effective.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah. It is. Okay, wait. So you haven't seen the full movie since 2008. You watched it this morning.
I did.
Love
what
you.
was going through your mind watching it?
Well, because I just wanted to remember, like you watch it and then I'm flooded with all these memories.
Of course. You don't even see it as a movie. You just
No.
see it as like all the behind the scenes is what flashes through as you watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, and just like thinking about stuff that you just haven't had to think about for a long time. Also, I started with all because I am a millennial and have the DVD and a DVD player. So I popped in the DVD and I started with the special features, baby.
The best.
The best.
They're so good.
Oh my gosh. And Ellen, we are serious. We are young Hollywood starlets giving our interviews with our very well thought out answers. It's amazing. It's
Aren't they
very
in director's chairs too? You're sitting in director's chairs.
We're full glam.
It's crazy. I said to Sophie when we spoke with her, I remember one of my vivid memories was when they flew us up to film the movie, they flew us first class. And that was the first time I ever flew first. And I was like,
Same.
We are stars.
Oh yeah. And I remember regretting my outfit. I remember being like, I don't look famous, and only famous people are in first class, and this is not the fit.
What? That is so stupid. But like every time I walk through and go back to coach with the other peasants, I look in first class. I'm like, any famous people?
Anybody?
I do every time. I'm like celebrity spotting, and there never is.
Never.
Ever.
Don't you feel though, like when you're walking back, like if you're sitting in first, you're kind of judging all the other people walking past you. But if you're not, which is most of the time, you're kind of judging the people sitting in first, like pathetic. Like you think you're so much better than us. Like you didn't even probably pay for this ticket. Your company probably did. Like all of it in the span of like walking by 5 rows. Like
that's it.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
Wild
Let's be honest.
stuff.
If there's one skill that a woman develops at a very early age, it is judgment. Eagle eye. I got you clocked.
But depending on what side of the aisle you're on, it depends how you're judging. It's like judgment is very fluid.
Okay,
yes.
so you watched the special features, then you went on to the movie.
We're all over town. We're all over the show.
We're so pumped.
We're just
so
happy to be here.
We're so excited. Well, I mean, you and I have never really talked about any of this stuff.
No, not really. I mean, like we'll catch up and share like a little, memory anecdote here and there, but like no, not in an in-depth serious way. To go back to what you were asking about, like first thoughts and impressions, like it honestly got me kind of emotional.
Oh.
We were really little. We were young. We were baby children. And I think starting with the special features was kind of sweet because I got to see the both of us be us and also be the characters. And it was really just like kind of moving. I was like, look at these kids who are doing it, who are so confident, just doing it. I do not have the confidence that I had at 14 years old. I just don't. And I was just amazed by this little person who was doing the damn thing.
When you look at your performance, are you like, oh yeah, I kind of crushed it for a little person, or God, I have notes for me?
It is 50-50 because that 14-year-old girl is still in here and she has notes. She's got criticisms, baby. But, me now, I'm just so proud of the work that we did. And I'm so proud of the grace with which we handled everything and just like the confidence and the, all of it. And so that was the thing that really struck me. Also in the DVD extras, there's some interview, of course, with Tyra and her one day on set. And shade. That was
People always ask me about working with Tyra. I'm like, couldn't tell ya.
Couldn't tell you. Love her. So sweet. So nice to us.
Great producer.
Producer. But, when we shot all that stuff, it was in a day. But it cracked me up because she's doing her interview about it. And she was like, well, I'm 34 years old now. And I was like,
kill me. You're kidding.
I literally paused it. And I was like, I am not well. Because
jump scare.
Yeah, that cognitive dissonance of like,
no,
I am not as old as Tyra was then. There's no way.
And you probably thought she was Jerry.
She was
like
I thought she was like 40 something.
Yeah, but like
40 seems 40 seemed like a billion miles away. Yeah, never going to get there.
No, like I
plenty of time.
I thought she was like maybe a couple years younger than my mom. And my mom was like in her 40s at that time. You know what I mean? Like
totally.
Yeah, I did.
I mean, a supermodel.
34?
But yeah, she's like, I'm 34, so I don't get all of this like lingo that's in the books. Essentially was the point. And I was like, and then it was like zoom, like That's So Raven, zoom into this moment. And I'm going, I don't understand Gen Z. I understand what she's saying. Like, I am there now.
It is absolutely wild. But, you know, and it's funny that you're talking about having compassion for us as little people, because I do too, really, because it was hard work. It was a tough shoot. It was 6 weeks. We got like 2 takes of everything. Like, we did not have all day, all night. It was not a big budget movie. It was quick. It was cold as shit.
My God. That's what I think about.
Cold.
I think about being freezing.
I think about being freezing too. It's the first thing that comes to mind. I'm like, it was the coldest I had ever been in my life at that point in time. Like, it was Rhode Island in the dead of winter, and you got so sick.
Oh, day one. And it was the damn linen shorts. I can tell you what it did. The first thing that we shot was us meeting. Mm-hmm. The moment in the driveway.
Yep, that's right.
I was in these like little linen shorts with high stockings, and I had a jacket. But not it was below zero. I mean, it was freezing. Yeah. And I just remember, you know, it's an interesting thing to think about. But even though it was my first movie, it had been so drilled into me about what a diva is. And, you know, the kind of person that no one wants to work with, that kind of thing. And my little 14-year-old brain went, I can't ask for my warming coat because people are going to think I'm a diva.
No.
And I remember just being really scared because, like, you know, being Massie Block, being like one of the leads in the movie, like I didn't know how to behave in between shooting. And I just didn't want to be perceived as whatever, AKA every woman's experience in any experience ever. But I just remember refusing the warming coat, which was like, for people who don't know, it's like the big puffer jackets that are all the way to the ground to keep us warm when we're not shooting. And I remember being like, oh no, I don't need it. Thank you so much. Like, it's okay. Cut to me getting bronchitis.
Fully bronchitis. And people have said that in like comments and stuff. They're like, I can tell at that dinner scene that she's sick. I'm like, she has no voice.
I have no voice. I'm sweating. I mean, having watched it this morning, I'm sweating my balls off. My crappy little side bangs are glued to my forehead because I was sweating through the hairspray.
I can't.
And I'm so red-faced. And I just remember being like, get through. And again, it was this feeling of, it was my second job ever, first movie.
Right.
Work through it. You will get fired and replaced in a heartbeat. Like, this was...
think that. We always think that. Like, I constantly think I'm getting fired. I think Lisi's going to fire me every other day. Like, it's horrifying. Like,
if anyone's getting fired, it's me.
I'm so scared. No, it's so real. And also raises the stakes. We worked our asses off to get the job. Like, the audition process was so hard. So once we got there, it was
I'm not messing it up.
Oh my God, like, it was life or death. Like, we had to make it perfect. We were working so freaking hard. And you and I have an even more specific experience working on this movie because, never forget, you and I were in pretty much the entire thing. And so we did not have enough time for school during the week. And so Elizabeth and I, you're going to die. Elizabeth and I, every Saturday, after working a full week and like working outside in 0 degrees and filming this movie in 1 or 2 takes at a time, like just working our asses off, had to go sit in a conference room at the Marriott Residence Inn in Newport, Rhode Island, and do 5 hours of school tutoring on Saturday because they didn't have enough time to get our schooling in during the week. So we would bank it on the weekend. So Elizabeth and I, while everyone else is like running around and going to the Newport mansions and having a day off, Elizabeth and I are sitting in a conference room and doing school.
Yeah.
Miserable.
And then I had to go learn how to ride a horse.
Oh, and then you had equestrian lessons. Yeah.
So I had equestrian lessons for 6 weeks.
Can I pause this for 1 second to make an old-timey observation? This is the reason. I know it was horrible. And I came out working at MTV where it was the similar work ethic. Like, you're going to be fully exploited, you're going to make shitty money, and you're going to thank me every day for this opportunity. And that's, I spent 15 years with that in my head. I am so blown away by both of your work ethics today in a world where there are a lot of young people who don't even know what work ethic means, like, can't spell ethic, don't understand it, decide not to show up, or they show up to work with sweaty fucking Lululemons and a gigantic Starbucks cup and like, my bad, sorry, I'm late. And it's just, you guys, I'm sorry you went through the hell you went through, but I'm very grateful today because
Well,
nobody works harder. I mean, Ellen, always, all day
oh,
long,
yeah.
was a machine. And Elizabeth, who's prepping for this ridiculous podcast, like, thank you both for enduring the abuse. It's made you amazing people.
And also, let's not get it twisted. I'd give my left arm to be back in that Marriott.
I'd do it
doing
again.
5 hours of school. All
I'd
right?
do it again.
With bronchitis, okay?
I'd do it again in a heartbeat. It really wasn't, it didn't feel like abuse or torture, especially at the time. But looking back, I'm like, that was hard. Like, that's a lot for, like, to ask of little 8th graders to do. I mean, that's like, it's a lot of work, and it's a double-edged sword. We do have work ethic and have continued on this path because we were scared of getting fired at 14 years old. Like, it's
I know a lot of 14-year-olds, and they don't do that. They don't work hard. They feel entitled to everything. So there was some value to what you went through.
Yeah, absolutely. And also too, I think like the important thing is the work that it took to get there. And we all had these big, audacious dreams. Yeah. And to be fair, no one working on that movie or any of the adults in our lives were like, you're going to get fired. These were all just in here. So full disclosure, everyone was so kind, so supportive, really protective. Never forget our studio teacher who they hired. She was such an advocate for us, and she was not afraid to be like, she's at her time, get her off the set. Like, we were protected, but it is amazing because I think we loved it so much. We wanted it so much that threat, that risk lived in here.
Right. And we wanted it so much. And I guess we should go back to the very beginning. So I know that you read all the books before we even went into casting. And so did I.
Big fan.
Yeah, because it was a revolution. But do you remember the casting process as vividly as I do? Because I remember everything.
Yeah, I remember it really well. I remember fighting to get the audition at all because I had just moved to LA and it wasn't going to be in the cards for me. I had booked my first job ever, which was a guest star on Ugly Betty. And it was honestly the best job that I could have ever had first because like America Ferrera was so kind and like what an example of what like a leading lady should be. And the storyline had a bunch of us all around the same age. And two of the girls who in my mind are like seasoned pros, they've been working since they were 7. So like they know what's up. I heard them talking at lunch and I heard them say the Clique and my right eyebrow shot to the moon and was like, say what? You know, not anymore. And I remember they were auditioning for it and I was like, I have to. Like, I'm a huge fan of these books. And I called my manager and I was like, please, 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 please. Like, I know I'll never get it. Just let me have a shot. And I remember exactly what I wore to my audition. I had this like Argyle black, pink, and white sweater, and I put a little scarf in my hair.
I just got chills. I literally remember. I remember.
And I remember I went in and I was so nervous and scared, but I was like, I know her. I know her personally from real life experiences being on the other side. But I've just spent the last probably 3 or 4 years of my life reading 8 books about her. I know her. No one knows her like I do. Ultimately, I remember telling myself, I was like, Massie's scared too. Use it. She'll never show it, but use it. So I remember the audition so well. And then I remember really vividly our final, which I know you guys have talked about, but like the final mix and match where we were all kind of paired in together. And I remember, at least at this point, I was the only Massie left and I just couldn't really believe it. And I had heard something, and I don't know where I heard it from. I don't know if it was my reps trying to lower my expectations or if it was like gossip in the waiting room between the parents or the girls or whatever. But I remember hearing that there was a celebrity that was interested in Massie, but she was too big to audition.
Oh, God.
So I just remember hearing like there's somebody in the works that I am up against, but isn't physically here. And in my brain, it was like Miley Cyrus or something of that, someone of that level, you know, it was like, who else could it be?
Right.
And I remember being like, in a weird way, I think it freed me, but I remember being like, I don't have this job. They're going to give it to the celebrity. And I'll never forget it. It's one of the most like cherished memories I have from the experience, but we were there for hours doing this mix and match. So many different versions.
Lisi, like we were leaving at like 9 o'clock at night. Like
yeah, it was fully dark outside.
It was crazy. We would be there from like 4 to 9. Like that's how long this was.
We'd be reading our scenes and then go out and do it with a different Kristen, but the rest of us would be the same, or do it with a different Alicia and all of these different things. And I remember after one of those readings, going back in the hallway and our wonderful, kind, amazing director, Michael Lembeck,
the best.
He followed me out into the hallway and he's like, Elizabeth, wait a second. And I was like, oh God, what? Immediately my type A goes, I'm in trouble. Immediately.
Right. Of course.
I did something wrong. And he goes, I need to tell you something. I think you're nervous right now. And I was like, yeah, I am, you know. And he was like, you're the only Massie here for a reason. I'm not supposed to tell you this, but this job is yours.
Oh my God.
You don't have to be nervous. Yeah. This is your job. And of course, that's like before you get a contract. That's like whatever. And, you know, I think if somebody did that to me now, I'd be like, put it on paper. I don't buy it for a second.
I know.
But I will never forget the feeling of I can have fun now. I can relax now. There isn't some fictional Miley Cyrus out in the world who's going to take this from me. And he was just so kind. He was like, I'm so proud of the work that you've put in, and you can enjoy the rest of this day. Because it's
feel like
yours.
Your eyebrow in that moment, slow-mo, just slowly went up. Like, we've got this.
When you were talking about the adults on that set that really advocated for us and protected us, he was the first person that came to mind.
Yeah,
like he is truly an amazing person. That entire experience from casting to the day we wrapped to now was so overwhelmingly positive, and that set was such a happy, wonderful place because of our director, Michael.
Yeah.
1,000%. He was
we were so lucky.
Amazing. We were so lucky. And also, I told Lisi about this. One of the things that I also think about all the time is that his son, Sam Lem, was on set with us the entire time. And he was like one of the girls.
Like a big brother.
Yeah, he was like our big brother because he was like 22, just gotten out of college. He was just going to be a production assistant on his dad's movie. And he was the person that was walking us to and from set and taking us to school. And like, it was so fun. It just felt like, and all of our parents were there. It felt so familial in this way.
Yeah.
Like it really did. It was so special. So we go through the casting process, which was crazy. And I did tell Sophie when we spoke last week, like, I remember reading with you and I was like, she has it. Like that I knew for sure. Like I knew you were going to book. I 100% knew. I was like, that girl's going to book it. But you and I had gone around and around so many times too. Like we had read together. I don't even know how many times. And then we go shoot the movie. It's freezing. You get so ill. It was a tough shoot, but we were so excited to make 2 more.
Yeah.
And then we didn't. It was like, talk about a hard come down. I mean, kind of like a wedding. Like it was like we rode that high so hard and then it was like, okay, and it's over.
Yeah. Well, you know, and it was also like, I think about it now, and I was a later after this movie. I was a messy teen, as many of us can be.
Okay.
And I think about what a blessing it was after the fact for me personally, that maybe it didn't happen. But that being said, it was the best lesson I could have ever gotten on like what this job actually is, what this industry actually is. Because I remember people like agents that I had at the time, or like acting teachers or whatever, being like, are you ready? Are you ready to be a star? It's happening. It's this movie. You're going to make more. It's going to be all these things. And then it obviously didn't happen. And then we got held under contract. And I remember like I booked a job that I couldn't do because Warner Brothers was like, maybe it might still be happening. Never happened. You know, and it was such a great lesson in like what this industry is and can be. But yeah, obviously really heartbreaking because we loved it and we were all ready for it. Like one of the vivid memories that I have is us all at Chili's. And we were at Chili's and we were all in pajamas because when you're 14 years old, you can do that.
Oh my God.
We were in our pajamas.
We still do that, by the way.
Yeah. Who's to say that we can't? And I remember Dylan Minette was there with his mom too, because his mom was like totally in with the moms.
The best.
And she's just the best.
Yeah.
And I remember, you know, we all loved the books. We all knew them so well. We knew what was going to happen next. And I remember so clearly that in Best Friends for Never, Todd gets his first kiss from Massie, or like he kisses her or something like that. And we dropped that bomb on Dylan, and I will never forget his face. This sweet, precious, innocent 10-year-old boy was so embarrassed, so horrified, so like, wait, what? And so like we knew every plot detail that was like gonna happen. And we were scheming and talking about like, oh, how are they gonna do this? And how are they gonna do this? And who are gonna be the boys?
Yes, who are gonna be the boys was the huge question. Pam and Darrington, we would sit around, Lisi, and scour. I remember doing this with you. We would sit this is what we were doing on our school days in the conference room. Elizabeth and I would be on IMDb searching every boy our age and being like, I think Logan Lerman would be a good Cam. We did fantasy casting like selfishly for our own benefit. We were sharing too. We were like, who did we think we were? I remember going to Les Morgenstein, who's, you know, like the president of Alloy Entertainment, who owns the rights to all the things and is like, you know, king of the entire production. I'm like, so this is who I want to play the boys. Like the audacity.
It's so funny you bring this up, Ellen, because in my preparation for today, so sorry, in my brain, I was like, I could have sworn I saw a script for Best Friends for Never, or like a front page, like a tease or something like that.
I never did.
So I'm a nostalgic lunatic and I save everything. I have so much stuff, which by the way, I know you guys talked about it with Sophie. I do have my Briarwood cap literally in the other room. I could go grab it. Still have it. And so anyways, I was looking up in my Gmail, I literally had the same email since the Clique. So I was like, I wonder if there's anything like little gems I can bring up that I can find there. I found an email that I sent to someone in marketing at Warner Brothers. His email is literally his name at Warner Brothers. And this bitch decided at 14 to send him an email being like, hey, I know that we talked on set that Lisi's about to go on a book tour for the summer series. Well, Massie's book is coming out April 1st. That would be right around the same time. Do you think we could coordinate where I could join Lisi on the book tour to cross-promote the film? I'm 14 years old.
Genius.
I wish I knew this.
Which also,
you should have CC'd me, dumbass.
You know?
No, that's like marketing brilliance. I can't believe you even thought of that at that age.
Also, I'm so obviously 14. First of all, I think I signed the email like peace and love, kill me. And then I like his name. I don't think I'm saying anything. He probably doesn't even work there anymore. His name was Stuart. And I started the email saying, hello, my dear Stu. She's like, give me 10% of that audacity.
I
love it.
Crying.
That's the thing. It gets beaten out of us. We take so many big swings when we're younger. And then as we get older, those swings get smaller and smaller. We become more self-conscious. It's not okay. I wish that we were all that way.
Yeah.
I wish we were all peace and love. Yes.
But it's so funny, my dear Stu, because you really have always been such an old soul. Like you always have been. And I think Lisi tells me that I'm a 60-year-old gay man like every other day. She's like, you are not 31. Because I'm like, oh, darling.
Well, before we started recording, I said that to Lisi. I was like, I love what you guys are doing in terms of like the generational perspectives in these conversations. And I was like, I'm here to represent the boomers.
Yes, she's the oldest. She's the eldest.
Because here I am with my AirPods. Like, I'm sure I sound like crap because I don't have a I'm sorry, Lisi. I threw.
Ouch.
No, and I have no. I'm even worse. I have headphones with a cord. Like, who
Yeah,
am
you
I?
Fair.
Yeah,
It's like
boomer
it's
bait.
heinous because I can't even figure out how to connect my headphones to my computer because I'm that illiterate in terms of technology. I mean, it's insane.
It is a struggle. They're
No,
moving. They're moving
Ellen,
fast.
you've been doing great. Elizabeth, do you remember when you came down to Laguna Beach?
Never forget. I again remember the outfit. Locked in
That
because
was crazy. I have a very, like, again, a very snapshot memory of it. We went to Heidelberg Cafe, shout out Laguna Beach. Did we even eat? Probably got a salad or something. But like, you came down with your mom?
yeah, my mom or
And
I think with my mom, and it was like even before I dyed my hair. And so I remember being nervous because I was like, it's still a blonde and like she's not gonna see it, she's not gonna get it. But I was just so excited because I felt like I had so many questions about, like, it felt like integral to my prep to meet
it's
you
so
and to
funny.
talk to you,
Wait,
and
you
like,
guys met before filming the movie?
Yes.
mhm.
But was it just like under the guise of role research or
I think,
did you, of
again,
course, type A it? Yeah, type A it,
the
arrange
audacity,
that.
I think I was like, my manager, I want to meet her. I want to
Oh
talk to her
my
about the
God.
character.
They came down to Laguna Beach and
Yeah.
we met at a cafe. And
Yeah.
yeah, and to this day, I was like, I don't really know what the nature of that moment was. It was adorable, but I
Probably my
didn't
pure
ask for it.
audacity going, you got to know me. I got to know you. Let's talk.
Oh my God.
That's,
See, like that would never have even occurred to me. Like you were just some fictitious person in the sky,
of
Lisi.
course.
Like at that time, I was like, she's not even a real person. You were Santa Claus to me because you created this thing that was so magical and like that I was so obsessed with that it would have never even occurred to me to do that. I mean, honestly.
Right.
It was really
It was
great.
great.
And then I remember you were so sweet. I don't know if you remember this, and maybe you were lying, which would be totally okay. The ketchup thing.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
know what I'm talking about?
With the
I
period?
No. So
Oh,
I love ketchup still to this day. Here's a
You
little intel about me.
you used
okay.
to like literally put ketchup on your steak. Like
Oh, like loved ketchup. I've
love.
matured past that, thank God.
Yeah.
But but loved ketchup, especially at that time. But I
That's true.
remember you, Lisi, I think it was so at that meeting, I got something that fries or whatever, and you laughed because there was still ketchup like left on the little basket, and I just ate ketchup. Like I put it on my fingers and I cleared my plate of the ketchup. And then the movie happened, whatever. But then in the summer series, that Massie's standalone book, she did that. And you called it out for me. And you were like, I want you to know that I took that from you. I wanted you to see yourself in her.
That's
too,
so
when you read
amazing.
it.
I just
And
got
it meant
shit
so
for
much to
myself.
me.
That is so
You are.
sweet of me. God, I'm amazing. That's very cool.
It was so sweet. You are.
I wish I could say, oh my God, I totally remember that, but thank you. Will you tell that story at my funeral?
Absolutely would be delighted. But it's a
Thank you.
beautiful lesson, honestly, on impact. Like it was a small, tiny thing for you. You don't remember. But boy, what an impact it made to me. Like how much it meant to me that this character I loved, I like imprinted on her too. And I think like that's the piece about like the residual impact and effect that the Clique has had that I think still blows me away. I know we were talking earlier about being recognized, and I recently, a few years ago, worked at a flower shop, and this woman that I was working with, we had bonded. Like she was kind of new and like we were vibing really well. And like months into her working there, she comes in one morning and she goes, "I'm mad at you." And I was like, "Whoa, what's happening? What?" And she was like, "I told you, like the day that we met, that you looked so familiar to me and that you reminded me of someone." And I was like, "Okay, like where is this going?" And she was like, "You were Massie in the Clique." And then of course I'm like, oh gosh, I'm like kind of embarrassed, but I'm like, yeah, like that's me. And she was like, "I can't believe you didn't tell me," which like sidebar. As if I'm running around being like, "Have you seen the Warner premiere film, The Clique?"
Straight to DVD extravaganza.
Like, not how I'm walking around in the world.
It has never occurred to me. Like
Never
in
and
1 million years.
More embarrassing as an actor than when people are like, "I know you. What have you been in?" And then you start listing through your resume and they've never seen
They're like,
anything.
no.
No,
Sorry, I thought you were
no,
someone else.
sorry.
It's gotten to the point now where if it's anyone that's around our age and they're like, I feel like I know you, I'm like, you do. It's just enough time has passed and it's happened enough times to where they don't recognize me, but most of the time they're like, I know your voice. Because my voice sounds the same. They're like,
totally.
Your voice is so distinct. I know your voice. And I'm like, yes, it is me. I just don't have bangs and I'm not like, in overalls. So.
Sure. Yeah. But it was so sweet because she was like, and like we had like a little moment, we were talking about it and she goes, no, Elizabeth, you don't understand. You were at all of my sleepovers growing up. And her saying it that way, like I'm old enough now to like kind of really hold again, like the impact of it. And I know what those movies were for me and my friends growing up. And to know, Ellen, that like we were there. They were having sleepovers and we were there and we mattered to all these young girls. Like that's a profoundly special thing.
I know,
and
you
like,
made me tear up.
It's so important. I don't know. It's just like, because those are the moments that we really cherish as we get older, thinking about that free time of staying up late with our gal pals and watching the movie. And for her to be like, to put it that way.
I know.
Meant so much to me.
For the listener, Ellen is
I'm literally crying. I'm literally crying because it's so sweet.
Oh my
God,
like, if I was not on Wellbutrin, I'd be crying too.
It's so sweet and it's so full circle. And I just don't know if you had this experience. Like I went through an era, I'm sure you went through the exact same thing. I can't imagine that you didn't. After the come down, like we filmed this movie, we worked our asses off. We made this thing that we were so proud of. We loved it so much. And then we're not making any more. And also now you're in high school and people are going to torment you with this for a couple of years.
Sure.
And so I was resentful of the project for a couple of years just because I wanted to move on. I was like, I'm 16, I'm 17. I want to move on with my life. It's not that I disliked it. It's not that I wasn't overwhelmingly proud of it. I still am. But I shoved it away for a long time because it was overwhelming as a teenager to just be constantly reminded of like, looking the ugliest I've ever looked and having like red paint on my pants. I can't. Like when people are like, do you want to watch it with me? I'm like, do you want to sit and watch yourself in 8th grade? Like, are you kidding me? Why? Correct. No, like, so I really was mortified. And now I'm 31 and just like you, I'm able to look at it and go, look at those cute little girls that are working so hard. And like, I have so much compassion for us, but that's also been the saving grace for me over the past couple of years is that the audience is still so engaged and have such strong feelings of nostalgia towards the series and towards the movie. And it's just such an honor to be a part of. And I was telling Lisi today, I was just listening to Alex Cooper from Call Her Daddy and on a podcast. And she was talking about being bullied so badly in middle school. Like it was the worst time of her life. And she has commented on my TikToks. She loves the Clique.
That's crazy.
Crazy, like literally crazy. So she's commented on my stuff.
Okay, Alex, so call the Clique girls in for an interview,
Right. But I said to Lisi, I'm like, oh my God, listening to her talk about her experience in middle school, she probably found so much comfort in those books. Yeah. And again, impact, like you have no idea the kind of impact that you have on people with this stuff that you're creating because like we were in the freezing cold, we were working our asses off. It was so fun and so much work. And then you just kind of leave it there. And we didn't think about all these girls watching it every Friday night at their sleepovers and stuff.
Well, and I think part of that though is just the circumstances that happened. Social media wasn't a thing. I think there's a reason it's blowing up on TikTok. It's like, finally, the women now who loved this film and these books as girls, they didn't have the digital town square to talk about their love of the Clique. Well, now they do. And they go, oh my gosh, me too. I loved these things. And so what is amazing to me about that is because it came out on DVD, we didn't have ticket sales. We couldn't go see it successful. And so in a part of that, it's like, it's bigger than we thought it was. At the time,
we had no idea.
Of course. And how would we? We can't track Blockbuster rentals, which is our audience. you know?
That is the audience. And the amount of people that have said to me, oh my God, I rented it from Blockbuster so many times that I ended up just stealing the Blockbuster DVD and paying the extra fees because like my mom was sick of having the late charges for not returning the Blockbuster DVD in time, which like
that's what we like to hear.
Miss a Blockbuster always.
Miss
like
a Blockbuster. I remember the day that the movie was released, I went to Best Buy to get it. I like went to the local Best Buy to go pick it up. It was like such a moment. But yeah, I think like we didn't know then, but how affirming to be reminded now.
Well, that's why we're doing this. It's not
of course.
like grab at the glory days. It's just, wow, there's this whole community that we absolutely love connecting with.
Yeah.
And in a time of just cultural and global disaster, one after the other, the irony is this clique of mean girls has actually brought together a community of really beautiful souls where everything that we're doing, we have, shout out Bella Tamayo, like shout out so many people, Abby, all these people that have just reached out and volunteered to create art for us, create this Substack for us, like just because they want to be in service of this community. And that is completely what has sort of woken the sleeping giant in us to do this. And it's brought us the most joy possible.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's a more honestly like universal experience than trying to figure out social dynamics as a teenage girl, and it's not talked about, and also in such a serious way. I know that sounds kind of trite, but when you're in 7th grade, there's nothing more important than figuring out the social dynamics of your group, of your school, and you're learning about yourself at the same time. And then, throw in a big dose of puberty, and like, what a nightmare. And it's not given the kind of, I think, serious attention. And so there's a reason that this is so impactful, is we all know a Massie from our individual lives. We all know these people.
We do. And I think the reason it's resonating with people your age now is not just the nostalgia for the books and the time. I think that's a huge part of it. But I think it's also you're at another point in your life where there's so much change. There's a lot of friend dynamic again, not around middle school lunch tables, but wedding drama is massive. Like, who's in your bridal party? Who's invited? Who's not? Who gets a +1? Who doesn't? Who didn't throw the right amount of hoopla for my shower? And all of it. Like, it's lunch table dramatics all over again at this age. So those feelings just like put on different clothes, change the background, and here we are again. I'm dealing with it in small town. Like, I'm at another changing point where a lot of kids are leaving, going to college. We're all empty nesters. Who are our friends? What's happening? I had a massive pity darty last week because I reached out to a bunch of women and none of them got back to me. And I'm like, bitches, I support every single thing you do. Everything. I'm there for all your fundraisers. I've taught your kids writing. I've helped them with their college essays. The amount of shit I've done for this community, it never ends.
It never goes away.
Were these women bad women? No, their kids were graduating and they were at a paddle out. And I just didn't even like put to, but immediately like the torture and the angst that I took on and the self-pity. And I'm like, oh my God, it's still going. Have I not learned? None of us do. It's so intense.
No, it's in there forever. And that's really the impetus. Honestly, the audience, the demand from the audience saying we want a reboot and all of these issues that we've talked about is really the impetus behind this new book, because I'm seeing it more than ever. I'm like, I can't believe I'm back in 7th grade and I'm dealing with all of this stuff at 31, and so is everybody else. Like, it's still happening.
And to just know that you're not alone is all the comfort in the world. And that's what I think also the Clique series did. It was like, oh my God, other people feel this way too. And it's just validating, and you're seen, and you're not as isolated in your feelings. And just to know that like we all feel it at different stages of our lives is so comforting.
And when I think about, throw in the extra dynamite to the situation that is social media. Like, honestly, the piece of the book that I'm most excited about is their Instagram life. I'm not even kidding. Like, I obviously got to know what these women are up to, but
oh my God,
how much, because I know that there's a reason that the Purity Committee is getting back together.
Yes.
I know that.
Yes.
But then I think about how much have they been tracking each other on social media? How much is Massie still giving this, you know, because we've all read the books and seen the movie, but like she's deeply insecure and very unhappy on the inside. Is she still doing that shit on Instagram? I bet she is. Like,
to an even more extreme degree than you can even imagine.
I can't even wait.
I mean, the outline is 95 pages.
That's
so how long is this book?
Yeah.
I mean, if each chapter is around 10 pages, are we talking about
listen, I mean, Lisi, you don't have to, you're not writing for the young adults anymore. We can handle a chapter book that's this thick. Let's go. We all read ACOTAR. Let's be honest. A Court of Thorns and Roses all together is like 9,000 pages, and we all devoured that stuff. So throw in some little sexy bits, and we'll get through it.
I cannot do sexy. We've already talked about it. I cannot. It's like writing sex scenes for my children. I cannot do it. First of all, I tried to write sex in my one adult novel, The Dirty Book Club, which, by the way, is banned in Russia. Bam.
Wow.
Yeah, banned in Russia. I don't know if I told you that, Ellen. It just got banned.
That's a flex.
The Dirty Book Club. But I
put it on a t-shirt.
Yes, banned in Russia.
Banned in Russia.
I tried to write sex scenes in that book, and it was so cringy. I was so bad at that. Is a real gift if you can do that. It is not my gift.
I mean, all of them are like,
it's hard to do.
Shocking. Yeah.
It is very hard to do. And I'm not doing it with my little Clique babies. I'm not. They will be having sex. They will discuss sex. Sex will be in the stew, but it's not the main chunk of beef. There's no way.
They're grown women. They're going to be having sexual relations, but no smut, no Clique smut.
Do you really want to like see Claire get down and like know what's turning Claire on? Like, gross.
No, you're totally right. You're totally
Think
right
about it.
You're absolutely right.
You can't even let your mind go there for 30 seconds. It's vile.
No, I had something happen. Obviously, it ends with us is like a really, obviously we all know it. It's very popular, whatever.
Oh yeah.
A couple years ago when the book was first happening, I was working at that flower shop, right?
Of course, yeah.
And
you were Lily.
So many people, I knew nothing about this book. They were like, you have to read it. You are Lily Bloom. She has long red hair. She's a florist, like, you know, whatever. And I was like, haha, okay. And I had somebody actually tell me, they were like, I thought of you when I read this book. So cut to me reading it. And I'm like, you thought of me bent over in the kitchen? That makes me really uncomfortable. So my point in bringing this up is don't write about Massie. It will be too much for me to read and consume.
It's too much.
Yeah. And then if like dream of all dreams, we get a movie out of this and you're Massie, like, I don't want that for you. I don't want to see that for you.
I don't want to go through the workout routine that would require. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. My God. Wait, and also rewind a minute because I do want to talk about this. And if you don't want to talk about it, you can say we're not talking about it. But at our lunch that we had, Sophie, me, best time, you did mention that there was some internet bullying toward you as Massie. And I want to know about that, if that's okay.
Yeah, we can talk about it. You know, I think like I could relate as a fan of the Clique, the expectations that were there for the film and for us within the film. And it also being my first movie, I wanted to know how I did. I wanted to know what people thought about it. And thank God the internet wasn't then what it is now, because I think it would have really done a number. But I remember there was a couple of like message boards about, you know, the movie, and I made the mistake. I read them all. I read everything, which was a mistake. This happens a lot, and I think that social media makes this harder. I think people forget that the characters you're seeing in the film are played by actors who are real people.
Yeah.
And I was a 14-year-old girl reading about everything that was wrong with me physically and why I was not good for Massie because of that. And the big thing was my teeth, which is funny because even watching it today, I was like, ew, look at them. So bad.
Oh
like,
my God.
Because full disclosure though, that was something that Elizabeth the human was teased about in middle school.
Yeah.
Because totally doesn't matter, but I'm going to give you the context anyway. I was a year younger than my classmates. So when I got into middle school, I had a tragic set of circumstances happen. I lost my 2 front teeth first in 5th grade. So what grew in first by themselves with nothing else there? My 2 front teeth. So they called me Bethy Beaver for a long time. And my teeth were crooked, as normal teenagers are. And when I booked the Clique, I hadn't had braces yet. And the internet thought Massie would have had her braces early on. Look how ugly and crooked her teeth are. There were comments about my eyebrows, which I find really crazy. And also, shit comes back in style because everyone wants big.
You have beautiful eyebrows.
Now.
You always have. Yeah.
But they were like, I remember one in particular because it just really made me laugh. Somebody said something about Danny DeVito's eyebrows, which is like so specific that I will remember it for the rest of my life because I thought it was funny. So kudos to that person. If you're listening, you made an impact. That's hilarious. But it was just like people, and then I think Massie had a bob. And so like my hair being long was like a thing. And like, it was just, here's the thing. You wrote a character that sought perfection, and I think everyone has their own version of what that looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And no human being at all could ever reach that expectation.
Much less a 14-year-old. Like,
no,
come on.
Of course.
Nobody agrees on what that character looks like. That is the power of the novel. You get to take all those words and process them how you want and spit out your own version of what a Massie would look like. Full disclosure, when I was writing it before the movie was even a discussion, in my head, do you want to know who I was picturing Massie as?
Yeah.
Natalie Portman.
Like blessings. Absolutely.
Right.
Totally.
Yeah.
That was what was in my head. But now I only see you. You are perfect. No notes. No notes.
And also, I'm glad that we had jacked up teeth. Like, I'm scared
we were
of,
real.
like, we were real kids. Like, I don't want to look at these kids that have like veneers in 8th grade. Like, ick.
No,
they do.
Well, and
they do. Like, child actors wear fake teeth and stuff. Like,
they're called flippers.
Flippers. Yeah, flippers.
Yeah.
When you lose your teeth, they have fake teeth on a retainer because you don't want a kid on screen with no teeth.
Is everyone talking like this with the flippers?
It's crazy. No, like, but yeah, we were in 8th grade. We should have like normal looking teeth.
But I think that was such a benefit to the film is that we were actually really close in age to the characters.
I agree.
And you see it happen in the industry all the time where they cast older to play younger, and it skews things so negatively because you go, oh, that's like an adult woman playing 16. Ick.
Yeah.
But I actually, like, I'm proud of it, obviously, now that we were all like real kids and like this is what they actually look like. This is just a reflection on like mental health, but there was a lot of positive comments too. I couldn't tell you what they were.
I know.
You know what I mean? So you're reading this stuff and I was just taking in the negative and like, because also too, like I was thinking about the next movie. I was thinking about, well, what do I need to do to prepare? How quickly can I get my teeth fixed? Let me tell you, I've had braces twice. That was my crazy bride thing, is I got Invisalign before the wedding.
Oh my God. See, it never ends.
Bitches, look what they did to you.
Yeah, you guys.
Do you think there was something to the fact, this could be like trying too hard to find some psychological relevance, but do you think there was something to the fact that it made these girls feel good that they could take down Massie or take
100%.
down the bully?
Yes.
And, you represented all the girls that tortured them, and for them to be able to have a safe space to attack you was like emblematic of something bigger.
Yeah, and also it's listen, hurt people. It's like let me see what y'all's teeth looked like at that time in your life. Let me see.
Well,
let me see.
Also,
with a camera this close to your face. I
mean,
thank
Jesus.
You so much. Like,
but also, I think it is reflective of exactly what we see on social media now. It's really easy to hide behind this. It's really easy to be an anonymous person saying some stuff that you would never say to somebody to their face in real life. But again, it's like I'm at an age now where I can look back at that whole thing and go, what a lesson, and like what an experience and a lesson and all of those things. And if there's one thing you need to be an actor in this industry, it's thick skin. It's not
Yeah.
taking it in. And I had to learn that.
Right, right. I feel like I remember something about you doing a lot of preparation for the role too. Like in terms of coaching and class. I felt like you were like really, really, really prepared for the
Yeah,
shoot.
I mean, I definitely worked with my acting coach at the time, and we went through kind of her big scenes. Like, we really were like, where are we seeing the different sides of her? And again, I just wanted to prove to everyone working there in the world that like I could do this, and I still couldn't believe that my dream came true of being in a movie at all. And so I didn't want to not be as prepared as I could be.
Right.
I think realistically, like, I'm a Kristen in life. Like, in school, I was Kristen, like, for sure.
Yes.
Not sporty like she was, but just that, like, good at school, I'm going to do the job, all these things. And so, like, I had homework to do.
And so I wanted to ask you, the most common question that I get is, did you all get along when you were making the movie? So I say yes, but I definitely, full T at the time, felt like you and I had like a distance. And I feel like you might have done that consciously for the sake of the performance.
Oh, that's interesting.
I didn't think, we weren't adversaries or anything like to any degree, but I was like, I felt like you were a little arm's length with me at the time. Was this intentional, or were you just like so eye on the prize?
I definitely don't think it was intentional. I wasn't trying to be like method or anything by any means.
Okay.
But it's funny. I'm always so interested in that, like the different perspectives of a shared memory or a shared moment, just in life in general.
For sure.
But it's funny because I would say that my experience, like you said, like I think we all got along. I don't think there was ever any sort of adversarial, antagonistic, anything like that. But I felt, it's funny, I know we talked about it earlier, but me being sick, I felt really behind socially on set because I was also kind of separated from you guys to not get you guys sick. And so that was the first week of shooting. And like, I have a really vivid memory of, we were shooting in the house. It was lunchtime and you guys were going off to the tent in the middle of the freezing weather. I don't know why we ate outside. A whole other story. You guys were off in the tent to go eat lunch. And I slept on the floor of the bathroom to like take a nap because I was like, I'm out. And I was on like cold medicine and stuff like that. So I remember kind of them trying to keep me away from you guys to not get you sick, totally justified. And then kind of what you're talking about, like our work schedules were just more.
Yeah.
And so I remember feeling really socially isolated from you guys because I felt, my perspective was that you guys had this whole like week and a half, 2 weeks that I didn't get to go to the sleepovers at first because I was literally passing out from cold medicine and illness.
Yeah.
And, you know, those kinds of things. And so, and then the other thing too, is like, I had just moved from Florida. It's funny, in this way, it always cracks me up. Like, I'm from a small town just outside of Orlando. So like, Claire, we are vibing, you know, the whole thing. But I remember feeling also like I looked up to you guys, like you'd been on Broadway. So in my brain, I'm like, you guys know what you're doing. You've been doing this longer. I want to work harder. I want to like be in the mix with you guys, you know, because in my mind, I just got off the bus from Florida. I can't believe I booked this job. I don't really know what I'm doing. And you guys are pros. Like that was the thinking. And so like, I just felt like I was trying to catch up in a lot of ways, like acting wise, socially, the whole thing. So like, I feel like the distance there was also me being insecure and me going, how can I catch up?
This is a learning moment, by the way, because there are two sides to every insecurity. There really are, and neither of them are true. Like, Ellen, how long have you been carrying the idea that like
I just
was
literally
tension, and Elizabeth, you had your thing. Neither of them are true. It's just amazing.
And it's so crazy because like you saying that, I'm like mind blown right now because from my like perspective, I was like, she is taking this so seriously. She is such an actress. Like she doesn't even want to be my friend. I was like,
you know, like I was taking it seriously.
No,
but
we all were. We all were. But it was like, you were just so in it. And I was like, amazed by how in it you were and just so obsessed. And I also, maybe the character just seeped into my brain. I was like, I am so not cool enough to be friends with this girl. Like,
same.
No, I thought you were so much cooler than I. Elizabeth was like a film buff at 14. Like, she was like telling us like, oh, you haven't seen Citizen Kane.
But
like,
what's funny about that though is that I felt like I don't like any of the stuff that they like. I don't know what they're talking about. So like I'm sitting here going, I'm an old lady and I don't have like a commonality
because we're like guys yapping about Hannah Montana and you're like teaching us about Tim Burton movies. Yeah, like totally.
This is very therapeutic. This is really an important conversation.
It's, and it's funny and it's all silly. And again, like there were no issues and we all got along. We all had an amazing time. But people ask me that and I'm like, I mean, I felt a little distance, nothing bad whatsoever. But it really was such an incredible time and such an incredible shoot. And I guess that makes sense because after the shoot, I didn't feel that way at all. And we did a lot of promotion and like when we were all in New York and stuff and like, and like having sleepovers at like Sophie's and I remember all of that stuff.
For years, we'd go down to Manhattan Beach and have sleepovers at Sophie's house. That's kind of what I mean about like, I felt like I just needed to catch up. It's like group dynamic is so interesting because it can take one tiny little thing that ends up becoming an inside joke. Like, here's a perfect example. And the only reason I remember this is because I did my homework and I watched the movie.
I'm crying.
But the whole ugly baby thing, which was like a meme on the internet. And it wasn't this baby.
No, it wasn't even a meme on the internet. It's even more ridiculous than that. It was a friend. Okay, this is so funny. This is so stupid. But like, again, we were like literally 8th graders. So dumb. I'm crying laughing. Okay, Samantha, who played Alicia, had a friend from home. And in their house, that photo was like on the fireplace mantle. Lisi, it was a photo of a baby, like this close. I will find it somewhere and I'm going to put it in the copy. There's a photo of the baby and it literally is just like this. That's exactly what it looked like. Sam showed us this photo. She's like, oh my God, my neighbor has this photo on their mantle. Isn't this so crazy? And then we became obsessed with Ugly Baby. We did it constantly on the outtakes. We do like 18 different versions of Ugly Baby. We loved Ugly Baby.
So that's like a perfect example.
Ugly Baby? I mean, what does Ugly Baby grow up to be? Poor Ugly Baby.
Who is Ugly Baby?
Probably like a social media influencer making so much more money than any of us. You know what I mean?
Ugly Baby is Alex Earl.
Yeah. But but that's a perfect example because I think that happened when I was sick. Because I have a memory of being like, what are they talking about? They're making this face. I don't know what they're doing. And then I just started copying you guys to feel included. And so like, I probably look dead in the eyes because I don't know the context of the joke and I'm just making faces. But it's just like little things like that can make you go, oh wait, I don't understand. I'm on the outs. That then our undeveloped brains go, that means they don't like me.
100%.
Like, I missed a 30-second joke.
You just got me so bad with Ugly Baby. I have not thought about that in so long. That's hysterical.
Thank God I watched the behind the scenes.
Which, like, behind the scenes of your life, something that I want to talk to you about, your involvement with SAG-AFTRA.
Yeah.
Talk about it. What do you do over there? And like, how did you get into all of this? Because every year I just see you looking fabulous at the SAG Awards, like an absolute star. And I need to know more. Like, how did you get involved with the union?
So it's funny. I was listening to your guys' podcast with Sophie that you released yesterday. And you two, Ellen, were talking about like high school and your experiences, like, and how thankful you were you guys went to proper high school and that kind of thing. Right. And my parents, having just moved from Florida, kind of got some bad information. And we were told like, no, you have to do this independent study if you want to work as an actor because you'll get kicked out of school. Like a lot of just misinformation. Yeah. So how I got involved in the union, honestly, was there was this incredible program called Looking Ahead that was for young actors in their teens. And essentially it was like a community space for us to all just be teenagers together. We did community service and we had educational resources like information about college and like stuff like that. And I kind of joined that because I was doing independent study. I graduated when I was 16. So like I didn't have time with my peers. I always speak about like the union works for you when you engage with it. There's a lot of programs that people don't know about, like Looking Ahead, that really added something to my life outside of being a performer and just wanting to like give that back. And so I went a little crazy at the beginning. I got really involved with like the governmental work of SAG-AFTRA, and I was on the national board and I was the national chair of a committee for young performers. And at the time kind of did all of that, and it got a little much for me. It got a little crazy. I just didn't want to, I didn't really have the time that job required. And so I actually got invited to be a producer on behalf of SAG-AFTRA for the SAG Awards. And so that's all I do now. That's really my union service now, is I work as a producer for the SAG Awards, and it's kind of like a year-long thing. And it's, you know, volunteer, it's not paid, but I get paid because I get to go. Like, that's always how I look at it, is like, I get to attend this incredibly amazing event every year. And so that's how I get paid. And so we develop the show every year. You know, it's like I had a big meeting yesterday. Our show is at the end of February next year. And like we had a 2-hour meeting about it yesterday. So like, you know, it's a year-long thing, and we're putting the pieces together, tracking the films, you know, talking about set design and all of these things. And it's just been like a really wonderful education on producing things of that magnitude. And I just think like it's such a unique show because we're able to show all the people out there who want to be actors, like there is a community for you when you are a professional actor, and it is this union. And because I remember watching the SAG Awards as a kid and being like, wait, this is a job?
No, and like how fabulous do you feel as a union when, like, I remember when I joined SAG and you get all the screeners. That was so exciting because you get to vote for the SAG Awards. So you get sent screeners of all the movies ahead of time. And I'm like, everybody else has to go see this in the theater, and I get to watch it at home and then vote for my peers. Thinking of like, you know, Brad Pitt as a peer was just a fabulous feeling.
But they are. And I think the thing that I always end up leaving, that I'm so lucky to be in that room, because every single year that I've been fortunate enough to be there, I have had the thought at least once, I am one job away from this. And it is a community. And there are so many actors that we look up to that the world deems as an overnight success. And they've been working their asses off for a decade. And so it really is closer than anybody could even imagine. And the feeling of being able to see my favorite actors talk to their favorite actors, it reminds me that they're getting starstruck too. You know, it's just like such an amazing thing to witness, honestly. It's just like it can be one job away. You know,
incredible
like
reminder, of hope. Yeah, totally.
Absolutely. Which, God, we need it.
We need it. My God. Well, this has been incredible. Is there anything else that you want to talk about, Lisi? I'm just like, I could keep you here forever and ever.
I know. Same.
Because it's so funny. So much has happened over the years. Like, you're a married woman. We've moved around. We've done all of these different things in our lives. And the second that we're back on the phone, I'm like, not a minute has gone by. It is so trippy. It's the weirdest thing ever. I'm like, oh, we're back.
Well, and I'm so thankful for you guys for doing this, because I think like we all wait for invitation, and I think that that's sad, honestly. But like, just in life, you know, I'm so glad that we had this opportunity to reconnect. And because of, you know, I'm so glad it blew up on TikTok, and that there has been this resurgence, because it's got us talking again. And there was no reason for us to never stop talking other than life and just time and all of those things. And I'm so grateful for you guys for having these conversations and reminding me of some of the best memories of my life.
Well, we're going to make more memories. We're moving forward. We're going to make more. So I want to end with, do we have your commitment? Should there be a movie or a TV show? Will you be willing to revive Massie Block?
Listen, Lisi, you make the call. I'm there. We gotta hurry though, because if she's 27, I'm gonna need like 10,000 more units of Botox to stay 27.
Will do the Botox math. Go reach out to Ellen. She's the Botox math
We'll be
wizard.
fine.
Yeah,
we will be totally fine.
Fantastic.
We'll be fine.
Absolutely. I'm there. I will be there in every capacity. Are you kidding?
Can you imagine, like, if all of us. Can you even imagine? I can't even think about it.
I
It would be
can't.
so crazy. Okay, one last question, because this is something that I think the girlies will definitely want to know. What is your favorite Massie Block look from the movie? What's your favorite outfit?
I can't just pick one. So these are the things that stand out to me. You barely see it in the movie, but it was used in key art. There's this plaid LAMB Gwen Stefani dress that I wore that I was absolutely obsessed with like the little stockings and the love.
And the striped shoes.
And the striped shoes.
And the headbands with the big brooch.
Oh,
unreal.
Yeah. You got it. And
Love
then
that dress.
the scene where Massie's been kind of ousted, I am wearing this beautiful tan mini dress from Chanel with a big old bow. I think about that dress all the time.
It's my Roman Empire. No,
Truly.
I love you and
my
I have
little
this
side bum.
We have the same answers. Those are my favorites too. And
yeah,
then of course.
And then the thing that I think about the most of all is I don't even remember the designer, but that white coat. When I tell you they recut that coat to fit my tiny little 13-year-old body, 14-year-old body, and then they kept it. They no one else can wear it. It was recut for us.
Oh yeah.
And it's just sitting in a warehouse at Warner Brothers somewhere.
You should have stolen it. I stole so much crap.
Well, we were all told we were coming back, and they were like, the coat is coming back. And so I would have taken it. I would have gone to jail for that coat.
That you and I have identical answers. Those are my favorite No, literally, those are my favorite looks as well. That tan with the bow, especially. I remember you showing up on the day and just going, "Oh my God." That look in particular, there's something about Massie in my mind that feels very Chanel. That look, I was just like, I see that in the books. That just felt so correct. Oh my God.
It's an outfit that I think she would wear at 27 years old. She'd style it different. She wouldn't be obligated to wear the leggings underneath because of school.
Right.
You know, those kinds of things. But she would wear it absolutely to this day. For sure.
For sure. Oh my God. Elizabeth, thank you so much for talking with us for so long. It was so fun. It truly feels like not a minute has passed. You are just such a star.
Love you madly.
Love you so much.
Guys.
Thank
Thanks
you.
Thank you.
And we'll see you for a cocktail soon.
Absolutely. I'll be there.
All right, y'all. Bye.